Yes.
Ano, ilan edad?
8 at saka 5.
Oh,
He
wow.
is Christian.
Oh, Christian. Yung bunso ko yan, ang aking miracle boy.
That's him?
Mine
Yeah,
is
yung
21 years old.
21.
I have 21
Hindi
year old
tataas
son.
sa cafe.
Oh my God.
Akin one. Ilan yung taon sa isa?
Okay guys,
5 years
mic on
old.
set.
Wow.
We are going live at any time. Wala na magsasalita, okay?
Wala mo. Wala.
May langaw sa kape.
Hello?
Kensington Market. Nasa Kensington Market.
Yun.
Broadcasting live from the World Wide Web, delivering the news 24/7 and the best Filipino entertainment in an online television. Blockbuster movies, great shows, music videos, and more. Serving the Filipino community in Northern America and the rest of the world. This is MCDN.TV, connecting our world.
What is important in talking about Filipinos are not just nannies. And how about those Filipinos who are successful? Some of them are millionaires, but they don't want to be affiliated with the Filipino community. So why is that? So today, we want you to connect with us and be courageous in asking some questions, if you have some, and we're going to read them later. And I'm joined by some brave people who's going to share their perspectives. And we have Anna Santos. I call her the serial mompreneur because she has lots of businesses, and the author of Mommy Means Business. We also have Joey Salvador, the host of the popular It's Just Another Ordinary Joe show, and who has 42,000 followers and growing. And we have Regina Pantua, came to Canada as a nanny, now a very fantastic financial advisor. She advocates financial literacy for Filipino community and women. So stick with us because we want you and us as a Filipino Canadian to really elevate the identity of Filipinos in a saturated stereotype population. What do I mean? It's like there's so many Filipinos in Canada, but we just occupy a space and we don't want that. So stick around.
How long?
Which one?
ASC Tickets, your trusted travel experts. We offer daily hot deals, 24/7 customer support, Tagalog speaking agents. Seats are limited. ASC Tickets, the only place you need.
For the first time ever on a Toronto stage, Chichi Crown Media in association with Stain Estate and MCBM Media Group Incorporated Black Diamond Event Management present Diva to Diva. It's a clash of world-class Pinoy talents together as a music back to back with the queens of the night. Diva to Diva. Kumanesma, Shasha Padilla, Major Jonas, Ned Inventor, an evening of laughter and songs of ancient beauties and voices and fun movements and punchlines. It's a showdown of performances. Diva to Diva Toronto, September 22nd at the Toronto Pavilion. This program is brought to you by Action Honda, where car ownership is made easy.
So I asked the question that Filipinos are not just nannies. It's true.
Yeah.
Like we're more than that. Like we have so much to offer as Filipinos, right? And you came as a nanny, and now you're not.
Yes.
Like how did you
Very
make the jump?
successful.
Yeah, very successful. Like I said.
Yeah.
That's a
Successful, by the way.
fantastic
Yes.
financial advisor.
Exactly.
Was that the direction that you wanted to do before you came?
Oh no, not really. You know,
Yeah.
when we were kids, we always have a lot of dreams, right?
Mhm.
And
Which most Filipinos
oh
are.
yes,
Yeah.
oh yes, yeah. So we don't stop dreaming, right?
Yeah.
So, well, I can't blame it all, like, because majority of us came here as a caregiver, because that's I'm very grateful that there's an opportunity for us to be here as a nanny. But then after that, you have to ask yourself, like, what are you
What's
gonna
next?
be?
Yes.
Yeah. What are you? Don't like stuck there or be stagnant there, because from our country, we cannot come here if you're not educated, graduated, and a degree, right? So
I always say like Filipinos are
that's why.
all educated. Like we
Of
have
course, yeah.
we have a degree,
Yeah.
we're either
Yeah.
nurses.
That's why
or-
we came here.
That's why we
We're all
came here.
talented.
There
Yes,
you
there you
go.
go.
Now, what I want to say about that, when I used to be a nanny, no, I'm just kidding. Never.
I could
don't-
imagine you actually joking.
So it's kind of awkward with finding a male guest here when we're talking about nannies. But
Are
first
they
of all,
are they male nannies?
Oh yes.
Yes,
Probably,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
There are many.
yes.
Okay, very
My
ignorant
brother
about that.
is. My
your
brother
brother
is,
was a
yes.
male nanny.
Yes, because I took him here as a nanny for my kids. Yes.
Oh, I
But
see.
in general, though,
Yes,
like
yes,
there
there
are
are-
people. I
yes,
guess in
of course.
preference of like employers. Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
what
So,
you
well, I
say?
used to work at the Granite Club as a valet parking and guest, what do you call it? Like, I open the doors for the guests when they come.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of drivers who are driving these BMWs and Audis and really nice high-end cars, and most of them are Filipino nannies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there's only one male nanny that I saw there. But what I want to say with this conversation, first of all, we don't think that the occupation of being a nanny is, there's nothing wrong with that,
Of
right?
course.
That's very
There's nothing
dignified.
wrong.
Yeah.
It's very dignified, very
Yeah.
valuable for our society.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're proud of that, you know.
And
And
we're
even
proud-
Canadians are very
exactly.
thankful that there are people that does that, because even locals, they don't do the nanny job. So we're very proud, and they're very thankful of us.
But
Yes.
well, not bad, but I'm saying it bad.
Say it anyways.
Yeah, like it's almost like a reference us as the Filipinos are always nannies. Like I was asked before that, how long have you been here? Are you a nanny also? I mean, I don't understand it before, because when you're in the
Yes.
Philippines, like we
Yeah.
don't talk about this,
Yes.
or like we know that there are people like migrating,
That's
but as soon as you come to a different country, suddenly like you're labeled.
Yes. Well, you know,
Exactly.
I
Don't
think
realize.
I think what is the real thing here is because Filipinos are being sent here because the majority of us are medical workers from back home, and our background is from the medical field. And the easiest way to get here is being a nanny. You just have to have certain units, I guess, required to meet the requirement. And if you're a nurse working as a nurse, then you can just go and have some training, maybe. I think that's it. I mean,
Well, you know, when Mahal was asking me what kind of a topic did I want to be guesting at, I chose this particular one because, first of all, so I spent 5 years with my daughter, who is 6 years old now. I spent 5 years hands-on and the only
Wow.
main caregiver for her.
Sir Daddy Nanny.
Well, you know what they call me in the Rosedale area? Because
Nanny.
I probably know half of all the nannies there.
yeah.
They call me Mr. Mom.
Miss
Oh.
Not
That should
only
be a
the
TV
nannies,
now.
the nannies and the moms call me Mr. Mom over there because if you can imagine Armageddon, the movie,
Yes.
that's how I pictured myself, you know, yung naka-V formation kami, we're all pushing the stroller like this, and I was like in the middle of the V formation because I hang out with all the nannies there. So I think that's the reason I want to get into this conversation because I saw the inside and outs of the value, first of all, of that occupation, and also why it is necessary. And particularly, I met a lot of nannies who are very intelligent.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're more qualified than just the nanny occupation.
Yeah.
Pero marami ring nagsettle. Na,
Yeah.
okay na, okay na.
Yeah.
Okay, there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
So why some of them settle? Like why some of them stays that way?
I think comfort zone.
Comfort
And
zone.
Or
they,
convenience?
convenience, and siguro they are not aware that there are some programs for them. Yung awareness that people cannot see that there are opportunities after that program. Say you have finished the 24-month program for nannies, and that's why we have you who can spread the word that there are so much programs for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like really a lot. It's just a matter of you knowing which one resonates with your values or what you want to become after. So yun lang. I mean, ang tao kasi sometimes yun ang comfort zone tsaka yung fear of the unknown. Hindi alam. Pag ayaw nila. They just don't bother.
If I'm gonna decide on their perspective that there are other underlying issues that they want to sponsor their family, especially their children,
Yeah,
Yes.
so
that
they
too,
have
yeah.
to weigh.
Yeah, they have to weigh.
They're
Yeah.
not so well versed, but in what policy. But I know that there was a live-in caregiver before, like say you have to stay in 2 years, and after that you can only apply. Now you have a temporary working
Open
visa,
permit,
an
yeah.
Right.
open permit.
Yes. May
So
process.
would that change also our way of thinking that okay, this is just a bridge. I could be anyone, or I can be
You
whoever
can
I want to
become.
be.
You
Yes.
can
Yeah.
become
Yeah.
whatever you want after, because the provision is only for 2 years, right?
Yes.
After 2 years, when you get your open permit, that's why there's an open permit. You can apply, or you can be whatever you want. And I think some nannies, they just settle because also of financial. Yeah,
Yeah, because the cash flow. You need
financial,
to
the
pay
cash
your
flow
bills
as
and-
well, and you have to start all over again, right? Of course, like, say for example, I finished my nanny job before, and back home I finished in business administration.
Oh.
I tried to apply it in a
How long
bank.
did you work as a nanny?
2 years.
So
Oh,
you
yeah,
just,
it's
you
24
just
months,
wanted
yes.
to, like, that's what you
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish 2 years and I'm
Yeah.
gonna do
Yeah.
something
And you're
else.
resolved. You know that after that 2 years, you
Of
really are
course,
going
yeah.
to
We
move.
know-
move
we
forward.
know that
I think
one.
that's one of the keys, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that is
Awareness.
Yeah, and also become resourceful. There's a lot of, like, this country is a lot of opportunity. It's
Yes.
just for you to go and grab it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about, okay, we've talked about what the nannies like, but I'm just saying, we're not just nannies. We're not just something else, but like lawyers come here, or doctors,
Yes,
or
a lot.
nurses.
Everyone.
Are they working as
Educated.
doctors and lawyers
No.
or nurses now? Or like some of them are teachers, yes, some of them are not. Like, I don't know if there's something wrong with that, or there's something that, oh, this is my second chance to be on a different field. Or this is kind of like, oh, I feel comfortable, you said, or this is just okay. And it's okay,
Yeah.
right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't want to think people think about that we're pushing them to be something that they should be.
Mhm.
Yes, we try to have this
of course.
conversation to uplift them, but I don't want them to feel in a way that, you know what, I'm hearing this, that I should be someone, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
I
They're
feel
settled.
comfortable.
They're settled.
I don't
Like,
know how- I
well,
think
that's a
you-
negative also, like to settle. Like, I don't want them to feel that they're just settling.
That's
Like,
right.
I just want to have, it's almost like, this is my choice.
Yeah.
And no
Right.
one else.
But you know what,
Oh, yeah.
Mahal, I think it's double-edged sword too, because as a Canadian culture, in the work culture in Canada, me, when I came here, I was a politician back home. When I came here, they say, you start from, you prove yourself. You don't have any Canadian experience.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Diba?
We hear that
Yeah,
often.
of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Canadian
Not just
experience
us.
is sort
Yes,
of
yes.
like,
All
this is-
immigrants,
This is
yeah.
important for Canadian work culture.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, anybody, kahit na meron kang name abroad or in
Back home.
they wanna see you start from somewhere.
Of course. That's where your character is gonna be tested.
And in a way, you know what? If a doctor, this is just probably just my perspective. If you're a doctor from the Philippines and you come here, like you didn't get your education here. And for me, it's like it's a different strategies or techniques whatsoever. Like,
Yeah.
so I want to be seen by a doctor that who wanted to learn more and be skillful. So I trust that, and it's okay to upgrade. It's okay to do more education.
Of course.
And sometimes there's a sense of entitlement also. I
Yeah.
think, right? So I think that impedes us sometimes or deters us from our future improvement because, like, I'm a doctor back home, but are you a
Oh,
doctor
yes.
here?
Yeah.
Because we have that culture back home, meron tayong social class status na
Yeah.
very
Yes, yes.
defined.
Yeah.
But here, that's not very much given
No.
a lot of
Yung may
No.
title ka
Yeah.
sa likod ng name,
Yeah.
MD, but then when
Yeah.
you come here, nothing. As in, you have to start from the very bottom.
Well, for example, Josephine Yam, right?
Oh,
She's,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Di ba siya a lawyer from back home? When she came here, she thought she needs to go through all the process.
Yes.
Pero she didn't have to, right?
Well, she have a
do you remember?
specialty anyways. I know we interviewed them in Pinoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kasi when she was acknowledged
Yes.
as a lawyer here.
Yeah.
But she, like, what I understand with Josephine, she pursued that. Like, she wanted to practice it. She really wanted to have that, like, you go to a different journey, but you end up in the same destination because that's
Yes.
kind of like your main
Yeah.
goal, anyways. Same thing like you did.
Yeah, from
like,
the medical field. Yes.
You're in medical field, but you
Yeah,
have
I'm in
different
the same,
businesses.
yes.
Like, how many businesses
Yeah.
you have? 5?
5.
That's a
We
lot.
have a millionaire in the house.
I'm reading your book. I've been
Are
reading
you?
a lot
Oh,
from your
thank
book,
you.
too.
Oh,
But
wow.
here's the thing. Like,
Get the
how
book.
many Filipinos bought your book?
Now they're starting to notice that.
Well,
Yeah,
I think my point is, you already identified the way to make money.
Yes.
You already have proved how successful it is, and you have the strategies. People should be clamoring over. Like, I
Exactly.
wanna have
Yes,
that
yes,
book.
yes.
Yes. I wanna
That's
know.
the whole thing. That's the whole point why I wrote the book is to
Yeah.
send the message out.
Yeah.
Because if nobody will do that, who else will? So I said I have the courage to do that. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So, I'm funding it. So, but
Yeah.
the thing is, if people won't really get that ideas from the book, what's the point of reading it? Take action after that,
Yeah,
right? That's the
yeah.
thing.
Not all
So
theory.
Yeah.
But I think Ate Mahal was asking the early adopters on your book are they Filipinos or the early buyers, or was it more?
yeah, fairly
Fairly-
good. Yes,
fairly
fairly
good
good
number of Filipinos.
amount of Filipinos as well, because that's our first market, right? Yung inner circle.
Now, how about this? I've heard some Filipinos who are successful. We have millionaire Filipinos here.
Yes, yes.
I was just at the gala night with them.
There you go. We should ask them. Like,
Yeah.
I was surprised
Yeah,
that those
I
circles
know.
exist.
some of them
Oh, yes.
don't want to be affiliated in a Filipino community
Yes.
or want to
Really?
stay away. Like, this
No,
is news to you.
yes,
I think it was news to me
I
when I first heard it.
100%.
Okay,
Oh.
why do you think?
No, so I was there at the gala. I felt like I was happy because I discovered the gala that
Yeah.
this is like a posh. I felt like I was in Malacanang that night. But
Or
at
in
the same
LA.
time, yeah,
It felt awkward, parang
it's
awkward.
very, very glamorous. So
Uh-uh.
Renee Salud was there.
Okay.
Hats off to Renee Salud. But on the other side of it, I felt like, do they know the realities of many Filipinos
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Ontario?
Okay,
Yeah.
I want you to talk more about that because I have something more to say. So, what I wanted you to do, I hope
Comment.
you do listen, comment, questions, and connect with us because this is all about you. So, stick around.
Very good. I love it.
Very good. Yeah.
We migrated to Canada as a family for a better opportunity.
I came to Canada to start my own business.
I came to Canada to work, study, and settle.
I love Canada, and I came here for a better life.
I came to Canada to be reunited with my family.
We came to Canada because it is one of the best countries in the world.
Northern Quest Canadian Immigration Services 647-302-3508. Email us at info@northernquest.ca or visit our website northernquest.ca. It all starts with NorthernRadio.com. Trail Phosphorus Radio. Now comes a new kind of entertainment that nexus off. From our motherland, the Philippines, to the land you chose to migrate. The world we knew and the world we know now. Streaming live 24/7. Para sa ito, kabayan. This is MCDN TV, connecting our world.
AS your trusted Filipino travel experts. We offer daily hot deals, 24/7 customer
What do you know about
support.
what do you want to know about
Agent.
What kind of like what part?
Seats unlimited. AS Tickets, the only agency you need.
There's only one radio station in Canada that plays pure Filipino music. We are America's #1 Filipino radio. Pinoy radio. I love Filipino music.
Okay. All right. Welcome back. No, I hope that you have some questions. We want to say hi to America Luigi. If you have a question, you said hello and hello too. Chiqui Pineda, hi, you're
Hello,
watching.
Chiqui.
Yeah, like Direct Ray before, watching also. What we want for you is to post your questions, or you don't agree with what we're talking about. Like, it's okay, because this is what the show is all about. Like, we want you to be brave. We want you to connect. So I have my cell phone. It's on here on the table. So please connect with us. Yes. Now, you
Yes,
said
madam.
you said that you had that experience that some Filipinos that are successful millionaires, and there are some of them, doesn't want to be affiliated or be known as a Filipino possibly.
Well, it's sort of a direct judgment, but I have to be very careful with that because that's my intake or that's my impression.
We can agree to disagree.
To disagree, of course, right? So I was in the gala, and this is not a judgment for the people who were in the gala,
Yeah.
because a lot of, and I'll give the opposite side as well. The people in the gala are when you are around this very successful, very glamorous environment, one side of you is celebrating, wow, go Filipino, parang ang galing eh. Nandun yung mga, the
They're
craft,
proud.
the culture,
Yeah.
some very successful Filipinos. And I celebrate personally every successful Filipino. But at the
Okay.
same time, this reminded me when I was in one of the high-end hotels in the Philippines in 2004. I was sitting there, half of the crowd in the restaurant were whites, and half of the crowd are the wealthy Filipinos who doesn't seem to have any clue
What's going on?
What's going on in the rest of the Philippines? It's so isolated. Back in the 60s.
Filipinos in
Was it in
Canada,
Canada?
not in the
No, when I was in the Philippines,
Oh,
even
so
outside
yes.
of that small circle, do you remember when the Beatles, the last,
Yeah.
doon natapos yung tour nila sa Philippines? Remember the story with Imelda Marcos? When the Beatles were there.
I don't think I was born yet.
Parang ako din yata.
But anyways, this is mid-60s. They ended their tour in the Philippines kasi parang nagsawa na sila mag-tour. But the Beatles said this when they toured outside of Makati area. So they were given a peninsula, I think, peninsula to stay. But when they drove, they said 5 blocks west of here, 5 blocks east of here. The reality of the Philippines is a poor country.
Of
But
course.
here, within this circle, this radius, we're all isolated. Diba, tinakpan pa na ng mga Marcoses
Yeah,
yung mga mahihirap, yung mga squatter. Parang, yun ang ano ko, bakit yes,
feeling
we
You
have
cannot
to
show,
acknowledge.
yes,
We have
you
to
don't
acknowledge,
show what's
you know.
really the
I
real
really want
picture.
us to progress and be successful, but still acknowledge the reality of the Filipinos and help
Yes,
them, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Is
of
it
course.
kind of like
That's
the
what we
same
want.
thing as what's happening here? Like, if you're successful, you're kind of like blinded of what's happening around your environment and not realizing that what's happening in your own community.
Yes.
Yes, I
It's true.
think.
It happens. Like, I'm so glad that you haven't experienced nor exposed to that. But the reality is that is happening. Even for me, when I first started, like, yeah, why not? And my thinking back then is like, when I was kind of like working, like, yeah, where are the Filipino? I always go back, like, where are the Filipino managers and CEOs?
Yeah.
Or like there are promotions or kind of like you're trying to apply, you kind of like don't want to pursue further.
Yes.
And that's kind of like my I feel bad about it because we have so much to offer, and I know a lot of people have heard this from me already. Like, but it's true though.
Yeah.
That's
I
okay.
felt.
We're gonna be that one.
Yeah,
We're
we're
getting
starting.
there. I
We're
see it
starting.
toward-
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
gradually getting
Yeah.
there.
That's why we're here.
When I
That's
used
why
to
we're
work
here.
in the finance industry, all the successful Filipino managers at
Yeah.
lunch
Yeah.
are hanging out with the white managers.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
so-
there are not a lot of Filipino,
not a lot of Filipino
managers.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they could also choose to hang out
Yeah.
with the non-manager Filipinos in the company. There's so many Filipinos in the company. Do they only have to hang out with the managers? So
Well, do they? Well, this is what they said. Like, you hang out with successful people so you can be successful.
that's
That's
true,
right.
that's true,
Yes.
that's true.
Yes.
too. That's
I
true too.
agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Also, like when Juan and I were talking about like this type of stuff, like I said, like, if you want to be successful, you can just not complain and not do anything about it.
Of
Or
course.
if you want to make a difference and you really want that for others, then do something. Not just like be in the events, but there are a lot of things like help mentor others, or the other side of it. Like, I always jumping into my head, like the other side of like people wanna, you want to help, but other people doesn't want to be helped.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the
That's the
thing.
other side of the
Yeah,
coin.
Yes.
I realized
That's the
that
other side of the coin.
because I have that experience. So when I started to making a difference in my own life, and people are starting to notice that, and ang tendency natin as Filipinos, we wanted to help, especially yung inner
Yes.
circle mo, right? But the
Because
but
they're
the-
close-minded.
exactly.
So
But the
if
sad reality
they
is,
just wanna open their mind and
yeah, ang
they can
sad
be
reality is they just refuse to get the help because I don't know, probably pride could be. I was just so puzzled before. Sabi ko, bakit ayaw ng help? Because if there are people that I wanted to help and be successful as, because I have my own definition of success. Because that's a vague word for me. Kasi para sa akin, ang success, para sa akin is to just be at home with my kids and start my own business. That's all. Sa iba naman, kung gusto mong maging successful, maging doktor ka, it varies.
It varies.
Or you have
Depende.
different houses, or you
Exactly.
travel. Yeah.
So I am able to reach my own success because I did something. So I wanted to share that as well to those who are struggling. But the thing is, they refuse to accept the help. So I learned that. I said, I'm not going to offer help unless they ask me. Because the tendency though is, nangikialam ka. No, it's my life. Please. So
And also from our side, parang, sa kanila, walang namang kanila. We are all together. We're all one
of course,
people.
yeah.
Pero I know some Filipinos who feel like, we're already successful, we don't need the help.
Exactly.
But that's yun nga sabi mo,
Yeah.
that's their definition of success kasi already they're paying mortgage, they have 1 or 2 cars, and
Yes.
that's success right there, right?
Depende nga sa,
Or a full-time
That
job.
yeah,
is-
the definition
Exactly.
is, iba-iba kasi ang tao.
Well,
eh.
that's the
well-
thing. Like, if you feel that you are already, that's okay. Like, you made that choice and no one would blame you or ridicule you, and that's okay because you made that choice. But if you also, the other side is like, you're complaining, why am I like this?
Oh.
Or why there's nothing going on? Or like, you can't blame anyone.
Of
you
course.
can only start
From within you.
Yeah.
And like, now I'm getting focused on like your story because Joey said like, I'm
Yes, I
interested
really
in your
wanna
story.
learn
For
how
that-
to do things.
Like-
Well, for that topic, there's 3 things I can say.
Yeah.
It's if you think it's impossible, it isn't. There's always help. Yeah. If you think you're alone, you're not. There's a lot of help.
Mahirap ba yung transition mo from nanny to, did you jump from nanny right away into the finance industry?
No, not really. I've been
Gradual.
through a lot. Yeah, been through a lot and researched a lot. I drove truck
You drove a truck?
Yeah.
That's, I think,
Oh
the
my
difference.
goodness, like a big freight
Big
truck.
truck. Yeah.
Hats
It's
off
part,
to you.
like it's
If I
almost like
have a
it's
hat.
part of your story.
Yes.
It's part of your journey, and all of us have that. I think like you try to maximize the learning and the wisdom from it, and carry on to what are you going to be doing.
That's
I
right.
think we're so capable of that as a human being, whether you're Filipino or not.
Yes.
Right.
One thing
And
I admire
also-
about you, you still hang out with a lot of nannies.
Oh
I
yes.
see. I see on
Of
your,
course, because I would like them to
social
be like me. Like I mean,
You wanna
to
impart-
be
You
to be
inspire
successful.
people, yeah.
Yeah, I help those people that needs help.
Oh, there you
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
It's
Who
your way
acknowledges
of giving back, which
Oh,
is
yes.
good, right?
Yeah,
Yun naman ang
of course,
purpose
yeah.
Once you have the blessings, then you share it. Because that multiplies.
I have an office at Bathurst and Wilson. I don't really need an office. I just have that office so that, like, you know, a lot of
People can
Filipinos,
gather
especially when they're new here, they have nowhere to go on the weekends. So I want them to hang out there. And
So may
just
free
right
coffee
there.
ba doon? Punta tayo.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Doon natin sa continue ang
Di ba pwede?
conversation.
Oo.
Well,
Of
here's
course,
another
yeah.
thing. So, what is important in talking about these issues or different sides or perspectives? What is important about emphasizing that Filipinos are not just nannies?
I think it's just, it's very important for me, ha? Kasi, parang hindi ka makulong dun sa mentality na ito lang tayo. Kasi, kaya ako nakikipagsabayan dito sa Canada, it's because I know I have so much to offer. Not only that, I'm proud to be a Filipino. Filipinos are intelligent. Filipinos are smart.
We're
Filipinos
resourceful.
Exactly.
We're creative.
So, and we are in Canada. We have all the resources. We all have the things we need. Bakit hindi natin gamitin yun? Sabi ko, please, wag mo pwede ba makaawa ako? Please, gamitin natin lahat ng resources.
So the bucket is, so why then?
Why?
Why?
Well, you know, there's a Oscar winner and an Oscar nominee, Tony, and a Filipino awardee at the gala. And I'm so proud of this young man. But at the same time, I feel like, who knows about this? Only the
Yes.
crowd here can get inspired by this guy. But
Yep.
he will be at the Mabuhay Festival this weekend, so he can tell his story again. But I think the non-Filipinos acknowledge Filipinos are good crowd. No, diba? They are like our conversation before. Non-Filipinos put us on a pedestal. Pero meron a segment of our society
Yeah.
that needs to see that other Filipinos making waves, making
Yeah.
para ma-inspire. With the other side of the coin nga, merong mentality na, oh, masaya na kami. This is, you know, we already reached our goal na ganito. Which is, so yun ang debate.
I thought about it because, like, in my field of like coaching people and finding their purpose or finding their core values, because that's the foundation.
Of
Right?
course, yeah.
And I have difficulty like infiltrating the Filipino community. It's almost like when you say coaching or leadership, like, oh, what's that?
What's
Like,
that? Yeah.
It's like they're going to the different side. Like I'm
Yes.
here, like kind of like
Yeah.
try to run towards them, right? I think part of it is like you said, like we're almost like we're okay like this. And the other part is like, what is it that I can do better and how I'm going to do that? And I don't know what does it mean by my core values. Am I not have purpose already that being here in Canada or migrated? Like what else is for me there?
Well, I think one thing that affects that is yung yung upbringing din. I think
What do you mean?
yung upbringing, kasi meron tayong, di ba tayo, we
So
are,
we need to blame our parents.
no, well, partly, hindi, not to blame them, but it's because that's all they can give as well.
That's
Di ba sabi
Or
nga,
they don't know better.
they
Our
don't know,
environment,
nobody
yeah.
taught them as well. So parang ang nangyayari is, kung ano rin ang meron sila, they did their best, they did their very best to give whatever, lahat, pero yun lang ang meron sila eh.
And it's up to us.
It's
on what
up to
it's
us.
almost
To build
like
upon.
Exactly.
continue, build upon, continue that. Now you have like in the technology age right now, we have
Yes.
so much access.
So
and
much.
Yet,
Yes.
And yet, what do? We just
Yeah.
Well,
We
it's
focus
like,
on
you know, if you were born poor, it's not your fault. But if
Yes.
you
You die poor.
If you die poor,
Sabi-
sabi niya yun eh.
I like that.
Si Tito Bill Gates ang may sabi niyan. Pagka daw pinanganak ka ng mahirap, di mo kasalanan. Pag namatay ka ng mahirap, kasalanan
That's
mo
your
na
fault,
yun.
right?
So it's your choice.
So
Yes, it's up to you
We're
na, oo.
responsible for our own lives.
We are
That's it.
responsible,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, the Philippines is really progressing right now. Even back home, na mga nakikita ko, parang ang ganda na, gumaganda
Well, it's because there's people are now starting to learn about financial literacy, yung mga entrepreneurship, marami na yung mga Gen X,
Yeah.
yung mga ganong generation na starting to boom, to bloom.
Yes, because of the technology, everything's
exactly.
there. It's,
Facebook, that helps too.
all
Social media,
information
yeah.
that you need, it's already there. It's
Yeah.
just up to you to learn and take action.
Exactly. So napakadali ng buhay ngayon eh.
I like when you say like to take action, and yeah, like it's easy. Like life is so easy. It's almost like no, not general. It's not life. It's not easy. But we have so much resources
Exactly.
available to us. It's
Right in front of
like,
us.
You just have to.
Like-
So this is what we're going to do today. Like just reach us. So we want you to ask some questions, and
Maybe we
I'm
have
gonna
some
go
questions.
over that when we come back. So stick around. Don't go. Because I'm gonna jump to another
Welcome to your new home in the sky. Philippine Airlines. Fly high with transparent and affordable all-in fares year-round. Feel at home anywhere you go. Philippine Airlines.
Sa pagdiriwang ng dalawang dekadang pamamayagpag sa bansa bilang pinakamabentang sasakyan. Action Honda, Canada's best-selling car. Aming pinagkikilala ang bagong Civic SE with new lower down payment. 2018 Civic LX Sedan or Step Up to new 2018 Civic SE. All new 2018 Accord LX and 2018 CRV LX. The car you chose, the car you know. Gives you the latest models, the features you love. Brand new car. Zero down payment, zero security deposit. Did I say more? 416-281-1234. Come see PINS at 4334 Kingston Road. Kabayan. Let's make it happen. Action Honda. Honda for all. For the first time ever on a Toronto stage, Chichi Crown Media in association with Steamman Estates and MCBM Media Group in cooperation with Black Diamond Event Management present Diva to Diva. It's a clash of world-class Pinoy talents that got us as a music back to back with the Queens of the Night. Diva to Diva. Kumanesma, Shasha Padilla, Mitchell Dance, Nanette Inventor, an evening of laughter and songs of ageless beauties and voices and of fun movements and punchlines. It's a showdown of performances. Diva to Diva Toronto on September 22nd at the Toronto Pavilion.
Good day! I remember to send money online anytime and anywhere you are with just a few clicks. Welcome to iRemix, your online way to send money to your family. Send money within minutes with iRemix.
This program is brought to you by iRemit. Sa iRemit, may hindi sa bawat padala.
Okay, I could see people watching and they're telling me they're watching. My children are watching. If you can only ask me questions, I know there's so much. Lai, say hi to Regine. Who else? My mother is watching all the way from Philippines. Happy birthday to my sister. Also, Christian. What we want is you guys. What we want is I think we covered a lot of things right now, and I hope that you pick up some wisdom and things that you probably feel that you don't agree with us, and that's okay. You tell us that you don't agree with us, and what was that? I'll blame Joey about that. But also, like, what have inspired you? So connect with us. So we'll continue for the last segment. Okay. Now, did you say something earlier? No, I don't. Now I forgot.
Well,
because
I
we
was
have two
thinking,
more.
you answered you asked the question, do we blame our parents? One thing I'd like,
nanonood nanay ko.
Ako din.
but I don't blame. I don't blame
No,
our parents.
no.
No, so you're safe. I'm not blaming our
Di kasi yung
parents.
sabi ko kanina, that's all they can offer as well. Kasi yun din lang naman ang tinuro
Exactly.
sa kanila. So we cannot,
That's all they know, right?
mali siguro yung term na blame.
No, I
It's not
did.
the
I
blame.
said that. I think it's part
We're
of the joke.
affected by what we know.
But I have some stuff to blame though.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we as a society, of course, first of all, I think because we've been under colonizers who taught us, hey, this is your place, Indio, diba? In the time of the Castilla. But then it seeped over kasi ang napapansin ko ngayon with many of our women, yung victim mentality. This is what I
Oh,
hate.
yeah.
That's why I don't like my wife and my grandma.
Hold on, only not women.
Sure, and men too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
You are surrounded by women here.
and I'm
Powerful.
Instead of men.
but more so when I see especially daytime, what do you call that, soap opera?
Soap operas?
Yes, oo.
This is
Teledramas.
yeah, sa bahay I always say please don't let my little girl watch these things. Kasi yung victim mentality na ako na lang lahat ganito but the leader that I'm surrounded with here today doesn't have that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
I think
Before we
this is what-
continue, like so people can see you.
Okay. All right, let me just share this
Okay.
so that people can ask me questions.
I think it's more of yun nga kung whatever we see from the outside, na-absorb natin yun.
You know what? This is very interesting because when I went to California 3 weeks ago, July, I asked my 16-year-old niece.
Uh-huh.
So because I have a twin girls, so I'm bringing up brave twin girls or women.
Superwoman, huh?
Superwomen also, super girls and superwomen. So I asked her, like, I kind of created a conversation that what can you advise me now at year 16 to a mother who have children or daughters that will be 16 years old in the future? What can you advise me?
Yeah.
So she thought. and she
So
said,
from her
like,
perspective.
yeah, for her perspective, it's kind of like a nice.
Of course,
actually,
yeah,
that's
of course,
that's
yeah.
a TV show also. But I was thinking, like, I want to know what they're thinking. I want to
Yes.
know what I need to know. Like, I want to be prepared when my girls will be 16 and they're two, not one, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So she said, like, it's all about the upbringing. I'm surprised about what she said. Nothing surprised that she had that perspective that what she is right now and what can she become is like the influence of the parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right? And she'll gonna, like I said, like she'll gonna start from there and go further and beyond.
Yes.
Right? It's kind of like, oh wow, like so I really need to be a good role model and also be vulnerable. I think
Yes.
I made a joke about superwomen. Super women or superheroes have their vulnerabilities also.
Of
They
course,
have their
yeah.
weakness as
Their
well.
Yeah.
weaknesses, like
Yeah, yeah.
Superman have kryptonite, right? And
Yes,
I wrote about
yeah.
it in my book,
Yeah, yeah.
Superheroes Unmasked. But the thing is, like, our vulnerabilities is also our strength.
Oh yes.
yes.
It's how you use them
You-
to your
unison.
yes, to your advantage.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you cannot be successful without struggling first.
Yes.
It's part of the. It's like it's
Part
not
of-
just part of
part
the
of it.
journey. It's like
It's-
make you. I think we know this. It makes you stronger.
I think it is a requirement.
It is a requirement.
I think for me, the more failures I have, the more
The more
yes.
arsenal.
Kasi parang sa akin, parang ano lang yun eh. If you're gonna be sent out to a battle at hindi ka equipped without the failures, without the training and everything, hindi ka
Without the bruises and cuts and all
exactly.
the stuff.
So parang pag wala akong masyadong training, I'm talking about failures sa success parang hindi ka ready. Kasi ang nangyayari, pagka naging successful ka, and you're not ready for that because hindi ka naka-experience ng failure, parang you cannot take it. Parang, alam mo yun, parang na-overwhelm ka because of the success. That's how
Or
I
you
see
don't
some other
taste
people.
the sweetness of success
Exactly.
until you know the pain of going.
You
through.
cannot appreciate the victory unless you become a failure at first. And I appreciate it.
Success is a
failures.
journey,
Yes,
not a
yes.
destination.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes,
it's a journey.
yes.
One thing that really impressed me with the one line in your book that really resonates to me. Sabi mo in your book, it became your life goal to preach na you are entitled not to be mediocre, something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
You,
yeah, yeah.
you
yeah.
have the right not to be mediocre.
Yeah.
And I like that so much because I blame media and sometimes yung mga pinapanood natin sa television who's always pushing this narrative Lalo na sa kababaihan na ito ka lang eh, ganyan ka.
Yeah.
Dapat
If
ganito
we're
ka.
impressionable, yes, we can be influenced by that.
But I mean, I'm talking about many
In general.
in our
Oh, yes.
community are
Yeah.
very
Yes.
impressionable.
And I think this is the reason why this type of show that we're trying to do, and you're being part of it, and courageous enough to say it, is that we want to educate people. That's not just being a mediocre or not just be influenced with what you see. Like look, watch, and listen, but apart from that, what are you getting from it?
Exactly.
And what are you gonna
Yeah.
do with what have you gotten?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So it's really kind of up to us. So now we've talked about it. We covered like what are we talking about? Like we blame already a lot of people.
Not more to
We're
blame.
gonna have a
Not the parents,
and
anak ko.
water.
Nanonood na yung nanay ko.
1
ah.
hour is not enough.
Not enough to blame all the
So after that,
Where
what
do we-
are we going to do
from this point.
now? From
Okay.
this point
Moving forward, how do
Moving
we?
forward.
how are we gonna elevate the identity of Filipinos? And what do we mean by that? And up to what? And into what?
Para
Well-
sa akin, no, we have to start involving or engaging. Because now we see, maraming mga communities now na starting to, katulad nung sa mga awards na recognize sa mga Filipinos, which is really good. Kasi it
Like the
also
Barangay is
uplifts,
coming.
yes, Balangay is coming. Kuya Ronnie. Balangay is coming and parang na-uplift yung self-esteem. Kasi that helps eh. Kumbaga that motivates you to do more. So I think
Yes.
from us, tayo mga participants, I call us as participants ng success, no? Maging engaging tayo, ma-involve tayo.
In how?
Yung mga, let's say, may mga events for Filipinos, there you will be meeting a lot of people, you network, and then from there, you wouldn't know sino yung makakasalamuha mo. Don't just go and be inside your room, and what can you do? Nanonood ng teleserye? No.
That's my frustration when I go to networking. I'm the only Filipino there.
Yes.
Like they think that, are you the only Filipino in Canada?
Yeah, but that's the
And then
thing.
they're all beautiful, right? So, but
Yeah.
that's my frustration. If we want to be engaged, if we want, especially if you go to a business, you need to meet people.
Exactly.
You need to be out there,
have to go
network.
out.
Yeah. You want to be great in your interview. What the hell? Like go outside and talk to people.
Yeah.
Not prepare like on the day of the interview or the
No.
day before. Like the preparation for your goal or your success is like you start from today,
Yes.
not tomorrow, because that's where you're getting your interview.
Mhm.
And I always say that if you want to be like being not promoted but apply for a leadership position, you don't get to that when you just have the position or title. You start from learning,
Yes.
talking to people, reading books, getting coaching, mentoring. A lot of people, if you ask them like, could you mentor me?
Yeah.
You can't say no,
Of course.
because our nature is to help.
Yes.
So anyone who's listening out there and you think that you're alone and no one wants to help you, for crying out loud, get out of that couch.
Yeah.
Don't do any video games or teleserye, and just like connect with people. Your Facebook, like
I
you
think
know,
the main thing, that very important word that I should say to our viewers right now, ask.
ask questions.
Just ask.
Yeah.
You
No
have
one's
that
gonna kill you.
because
No one's gonna
asked
kill you
that.
if you ask questions, right? That's where
And that's
I
very biblical, right?
exactly
Knock-
ask and you shall
knock,
receive. You
ask
know
and
the
you shall
secret.
receive,
Yeah.
Knock
That's
and the door will be open
yes,
to you.
exactly.
The sick you shall find.
Yes.
And
Just ask.
also, if you are a nanny here right now, because you have no choice, you came here as like that, so you have to, battle for 2 years. Yeah, you're not limited to just being there.
Yeah. You
When
can
I was,
study
yeah, of
while
course.
you're-
When I was a nanny before, my employer was a real estate lawyer.
Wow.
I read all his books.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
I
Hats
never
off
thought
to
about
you.
that.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
Good job.
Yes.
Like I told you, I'm
I could've-
surrounded
yeah.
by greatness in
Yes.
this room.
So when I go out for like your day off, Saturday, Sunday, I don't go anywhere. I go to the library and read books on how to be rich and how to be
Wow.
own all these nice houses in Canada.
It's
So
so
right
simple
now I
yet
have
powerful.
My mentor,
Yeah.
my mentor, my mentor.
There you go. You pay me
These are
later.
my.
Yes. Not just coffee, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
no,
so
your
what-
question. Can
Yes,
I?
yes, go ahead.
Your question. What do we do from this point?
Yes.
You taught me right on the onset when we first met. Actually, our very first meeting, our appointment. I canceled last minute. And then I was like, Ate Mahal, I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed.
You should
And
be
I
ashamed.
kept bringing it up.
Yeah.
And she's like, let's move on.
Yes, yes.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
She's not looking,
Yeah.
on the rear view mirror. And I think this is the attitude, what we need to have to,
Live now.
to
Now.
lift the esteem of the Filipino community.
Just
Yes.
keep dreaming. That's it. If you have a dream, you have a goal,
That's right.
take action.
Keep your eyes on the prize, right?
Focus, yeah.
Forget about who to blame. Why are
Yeah.
we this? What caused our limitation? Parang sa bahay yan eh.
Oo.
'Di ba? Parang sa isang tahanang Pilipino, it's either you can have a happy house by helping each other, or you can have, naiwan mo na naman yan, ako pumunod.
Blaming.
No,
Yeah.
let's not point out what the other person forgot to do.
Yeah.
Just move around and do what you can. Right?
I like when you mentioned that. Like, I learned that also. Like, successful people don't dwell on what happened.
Had
what's
happened.
happened,
Oh, yes.
or had
Yeah.
happened. Like, so I practice that. Like, I practice like how I treat other people, and so that's how I want to be treated. Like, we can talk about, like, apologize. Like, okay, you apologize already. It's done. Let's move forward, because my time is precious, especially now.
Yes.
Like, having kids is just really a different role, and I can just like leisurely, like, sure, it's okay. No, it's
Yes,
not okay.
yes, yeah.
It's done. It's over with. What can we do moving
Next.
forward?
Yes, moving
So it's
forward.
the same thing for us. This conversation doesn't stay here,
Yes.
right? So that's what we wanted for them. So what else can we do? Like, what is that? Like, if you say, like, okay, this is a question. If I say a Filipino, what's the first thing we want to have in our mind? If we say a Filipino worker, a Filipino leader, what the
I have a
first thing
phrase,
comes in our
but
mind?
let's
Yeah.
hear the rest first.
Well, for me, that's why I'm here, because I want all Filipinos, not just nannies, but everyone who comes here to be an asset in this country instead of liabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Para sa akin, please, use your resources, yung limiting beliefs, tanggalin yun, and mental toughness for me. That's, yun yung talagang ginamit ko para magkaroon ng progress sa akin, mental toughness. Kung ano yung dapat lang na ng isip mo, people may not be happy seeing you progressing or being successful, but who cares? Please, I'm doing it for myself, for my family, that's it. And your opinions are not as, significant as I would have something for me. So there are only two opinions that matter to me: God's opinion about me and opinion about
I
myself.
love that.
So yun lang. And after that, kasi of course we're people, we're persons, we have the emotions, but don't get too attached to the emotions. Kasi talo ka talaga eh. And I use that, yung mental toughness.
Emotional intelligence.
Yes,
Emotional
yes.
intelligence.
Kasi yung emotions natin galing dito. That dictates eh. So, pag nakakita ka ng tao na kasimangot sa'yo, sabi mo, ba't ka nakasimangot sa akin? So, mag-iisip ka, baka merong hindi magandang nangyari sa kanya kanina. So, mag-iiba, madadivert yung iyong mood. It's because you were in a situation na naging aware ka. So, that's how I operate now.
Harness
Sa
the
sarili.
power of your emotion.
There you go, yes.
Instead of your emotion controlling
Yes,
it.
yes.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
I don't really meddle on that anymore. Pero struggling, but then I at least aware na ako sa ganun.
Yeah,
Awareness
and
is
also, you know what, your like the opinions of others does not have to become your reality.
Exactly.
Yes, I like that.
Oh my
That
gosh,
is powerful.
Exactly.
that's the truth.
Yes.
Yes,
actually.
yes,
That's
yes.
just really- You can listen to that, like it's kind of like it gives you kind of like grounded, but it should not be cement you on the ground. And
Exactly.
They don't know
kinda
you.
like
To
catapult
define
you.
They
you.
don't know you.
Yeah.
That does not define you.
Yeah, they just see you as you, but you don't really they don't really know you.
And here's
What
the
okay, sorry.
and the thing is, the people who you think know you best criticize you the most.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm like,
Is that your husband?
Nako,
Save her for me.
No, what I'm saying is inner circle friends and anybody in your inner circle, parang sabi na, really, parang ikaw ma-hurt ka, but then at the end of the day, you yourself know your best. Ikaw yung nakakakilala sa sarili mo talaga eh.
Exactly.
So their
Just show
opinions
them
are
what you
yes,
got.
exactly.
There you go.
You should try to really,
You said
What-
you have a phrase.
What I want the rest of the world to think when they think of Filipino. When I was asked to pitch the very first time what my TV show should be, I said, can we title it "Everybody Likes a Filipino"? As a derivative of that comedy show, Everybody Likes Raymond. Because
Yeah.
it's a reality. Everybody likes a Filipino, but
Filipino
that's
are
the next
nice.
level. is everybody takes Filipinos seriously. You know, that's what the impression. But I think everybody's taking the Filipinos seriously now. We thank God that we are in center stage.
Yeah.
We have this. We're in an era of Manny Pacquiao,
Yeah.
Bruno Mars, and all these Filipinos who are
Making names now, making
Making-
names.
Very proud
making
being a
names.
Filipino. Like all those Miss Universe, even before.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it just let have people be
We're
aware.
not just beauty queens as well.
Oh, there.
We're not
just-
beauty
right?
queens.
We're not
but-
just singers and actors
Yes,
or
yes.
politicians. We
Yeah.
have so much more in the end. I think for me, the idea of what a Filipino is, I could see it. This is like not just a power, but there's an aura of greatness in them because we are, and the capacity to influence people to be better. And we're leaders in from behind and in front
Yes.
that we can uplift each other. And that's how I want to see Filipinos because
Yes.
like
I
so
agree.
much.
Amen
of
and
capacity.
amen.
Siguro, ang Filipino
Praise
nga
the
kasi
Lord.
parang magandang package na. Magaganda, gwapo,
Oo,
and then
wow.
intelligent, smart. There you go. So, lahat nun. Tapos yun nga, compassionate. Kumbaga, kaya dun sa
But then
workforce na,
loaded up here as well.
there you go.
right?
Yeah.
Yung sa medical workforce, kaya gustong-gusto nilang Filipinos because I used to work in a hospital. When they say Filipinos, there's those so caring, walang reklamo. Pagka sinabi sa'yo, pwede ka bang mag-extend for 15 minutes? Who cares? Kasi iba,
Always ready. I think.
always ready.
But I think for also we need to capitalize that
There.
that we can do further more. And once we have that leadership position, I want to see a lot of like CEOs
Being there,
Filipinos.
yeah.
Because we can.
Not just workers.
Yes.
Not just there you go. I think that's about it for me.
Yes.
I don't want just to be worker because as a leader we can be great workers as a leader.
We have so much
yes,
to offer.
I really think the best CEOs will be Filipinos. Kasi
ambassador.
the best CEOs in
Yeah.
down in Wall Street or
Yeah.
in Bay Street.
Yeah.
I would suggest if we have people in the finance world listening here, the best CEOs out there should be a Filipino. Kasi
I
yun ang
agree.
pag-usapan natin.
Yeah.
They're not just intellectual, but your definition of what a leader is someone who
They have a
brings
heart.
along.
They have
Yes.
a
They
heartbreak. I was
have-
thinking
Yes.
about that
Yes,
earlier.
they have both the brains and the
And the
heart.
heart.
The heart.
Right.
Okay, see, here's another question for you, probably the last question for you guys. Like, what wisdom have you gained from this conversation? Or there's new learning for you? Because it's a different conversation.
Mhm.
So, what are you taking away from this?
A lot. We already said everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And it gains
one
us
thing that really
more
resonated?
confidence. Yeah.
Okay.
It gains us more confidence.
Yeah.
And also being proud. Like all of us should be proud being Filipino. We're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like capitalize that, right? It's
Yes.
like, oh my goodness, like I've learned so much, like that insight. It's not just me like thinking about it.
Filipinos have so much to offer.
Mhm.
Like, a very good package of everything.
Yeah.
Bukod sa maganda, gwapo, I keep saying that, but because we are,
Yes.
because our words have power, no?
Yeah.
Of course.
Marami talagang opportunity ang Filipinos. Maraming edge. May edge talaga tayo eh.
Yeah.
From every single industry. Sa finance man yan, sa medical, sa any business.
Or
where-
politics,
Exactly.
or, yeah.
So, dapat lalo ngayon maging aware tayo. Lalo na yung mga nanonood sa atin na yung meron tayong ibubuga talaga.
Exactly.
Sobra.
I agree.
Ang dami. Kaya
May
ako,
laman.
may laman,
Amen.
may
Yeah.
substance.
Amen.
Substance. Substance. So,
Pinagalang-kulang.
so, hindi lang tayo pang magandahan, pang beauty pageant.
Or singing or dancing.
Yeah.
And there, kaya nga lahat talented na, matalino pa, smart, and very hard worker. So, ano pang hahanapin mo? So, that's why people, or even yung sa management, they look after Filipinos. Talagang, they
We just
like,
have to do it.
yes,
Yes.
they
Go get
just
it.
grab it. Yeah,
just
grab it.
Go there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
right there. It's within your reach.
Yeah.
And we
Nasa-
just want
nasa-
our community to trust our own, right?
Exactly.
Ah,
Yes.
And our people.
Exactly.
So, what's your takeaway?
Well, my takeaway is if I want to have a meaningful and educational conversation, sit among wonderful women leaders in the Filipino community.
Yeah.
And you should too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's so much more.
There's so much more.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the energy and not so afraid to blame your mother. And blame the other festival that you've been to.
No, I'm not blaming them. I'm actually celebrating.
No, because
them.
I read a book about that there are 3 people that you should blame. Ang sabi dun sa book, yeah, parents,
Parents.
and everyone else, and then yourself.
Oh, the last
Yeah,
one
yun.
you saw.
So, kumbaga, parang yung parents talaga special mention ng parents. Sabi ko, ba't kaya? Kasi doon ka nang galing, yun ang una mong school.
It's your environment.
Kung ano lang
yeah.
yung tinuro sa'yo. Pero, it doesn't mean na
I
ibe-blame
like
mo
what you
sila.
pointed out that they did their best.
Yes.
And they did what they can.
Yes.
And it's
give.
up to us
Yes.
on what
It's
we're
up to
going to
us
do about
To
it.
go
And
out
not to
there
build
and
upon
have
it.
more, right?
Right.
Hindi ibig sabihin na masama na ibe-blame mo sila because they're bad parents. No, it's because that's what they have to. Yun lang
No,
ang meron
it's
sila.
because that's all they know.
Exactly.
That's
So,
all we
yun.
know.
And
Nabasa ko lang yun, ha? Yung tatlong tao, ha? It's not
No
coming
worry,
from
pwede
me.
pa makabalik ng Pilipinas.
Exactly.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate like your perspectives and be courageous enough and brave enough to be in this meeting. And like you said, more conversations like this, and that's
I
what
love
we
it.
hope.
Yes,
I love
me
I
it.
too.
love it too. Yeah, it's good. It's good for everyone.
Next time, let's do it by the beach with real.
Oh, probably. Oo.
And
Kailangan
people
nakatrunks
like
ka, ha? Nakatrunks ka dapat.
from this up, because the camera will be on the bottom, will be my flip flops.
There you go, yes.
And that's what we want for you also. I hope you gain so much inspiration. And if you have learned something, just one thing today, I want you to take action because you're so capable of it. So please continue. Give us some questions or comments or again disagreement. I like that anyways. And we're gonna come back every Saturday 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in Alaska or in the Philippines, please find your own time zone. But we're gonna be here. So stay connected and thank you for being real and stay authentic. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Did we maximize the whole hour?
5 seconds, remember?
Yeah, what more? We can be done with
Go and travel expert.
Love you, mommy.
We offer daily hot deals, 24/7 customer support, Tagalog speaking agent. Seats are limited.
No, oh my God,
Alias tickets, Leo travel.
For the first time.
Oh, she paid for my ticket too. Thank you.
I'm gonna give you mine too.
Now, being the first guinea pigs on my show, the
This is
premiere, the first for MCBN.
Remove the microphone
Oh.
slowly.